New Islanders come forward to voice concern over the New Island provincial government's decision to bring seabed mining into the province. A public outcry on social media follows the recent signing of the MOA between the New Island provincial government under the leadership of Governor Walter Schnoebelt and mine developer New Solwara. In his media statement, Schnoebelt assured the people that he will eat raw fish caught from within the vicinity of Solwara 1 operation to prove that the ocean is not contaminated. The project is earmarked for works to begin by the end of 2027. However, on the other end, this is what New Islanders have to say.
I am Gabriel Pakasup from West Coast of New Island Province. I want to strongly express my concern and disappointment regarding the recent decision by Governor Walter Schnoebelt, Kumul Holdings, and the state to support seabed mining in our province. As a local from the West Coast, I speak not just for myself, but for many silent voices across our land and sea who depend on a clean ocean for food, culture, and survival. This decision was made without proper consultation with the people who will be directly affected. Our communities, our marine life, our future generations deserves better. The risk of seabed mining are too high, environmentally, socially, and economically. Once our ocean floor is destroyed, there is no turning back.
Domi Andrea Bulu, mi Matanay, lo liklik place o likolim Ratubu, lo New Island, na mila givim ting blumi lo why mi no one bello deep sea mining iba come up inside lo New Island. Mi got three mama reason blo disla. Number 1 environmental destruction. Number 2 social and cultural disruption. And number 3 governance na or legal issues. Number 1 point blo mi like tok lo side blo environmental destruction, especially habitat loss. Na mi like talk ta solo sen disla Solwara yumi lukim na yumi mangalim na yumi snappy mol dolphin na yumi snappy mol island na yumi post dim lo Facebook na all white man come lo New Island na oli mangalim tu na yumi hamamas na post mo sen OM lo New Island mi ka lo New Island and plus lo mi disla Solwara yumi lukim ya. And mi been stopped even before lo yumi come sua antap la island. Disla Solwaraya, yumi sheri montemol marine animals. It's not just for us. Na this la Solwara yupla leukemia underneath. It took many years for all marine life law creating own ecosystem dongol. How all by communicate or where they get their food or understanding all system lo cycle blongol how boli move around and this la kind of something. Only got own way of life blongol underneath the ocean. Now, for us humans to not consider them, now you may make him own decision because we are humans. We are the dominant species. You may make him selfish thinking law. Think him lo side lo money na you may try to make him this without considering them. I think it's really selfish. Tupla animals actually that make an talk on behalf longolem lo side ball whales now dolphins. So lo side ball whale now dolphin only got way blo using echolocation, meaning also emitting all clicks now whistles now also harim all echo lo navigate or pineal prey or lo communicate na melongoliat. Now all loud noises blow from all sheep or from all deep sea mining all machines westapanit lo Solwara. And can bagarapim way of life blongol. They can't communicate now because there's so much noise under the ocean. Ikat all island you may stop where you miss a rely lo all fish. And some of these islands are a little bit remote and they don't really have much representation. So if you are going to make decisions, you also have to consider people who live on the island and rely on food. We are going to be disrupting their food chains and also threatening the livelihoods of this community.
New Ireland is a spawning ground for tuna, with a total of almost 1,500 species in more than 150 families recorded from the region. With a vibrant marine ecosystem, which is home to rich coral reefs, abundant mangrove habitats, and a diverse marine life, what goes deeper than being part of the Coral Triangle and a high-focus conservation area is the spiritual connection through the traditional practices of the land. From the three traditional societies of Malangan, Kabay, and Tubuan, one of the few commonalities that substantiates traditional rituals is the connection between our forefathers and the ocean.
And Puente Blomi and the social and cultural disruptions. As I've said, some of our islanders depend on the ocean for sustenance and also for their livelihoods. Now, that being said, there is also another aspect to us as New Islanders and Emlo side blow our culture, and spirituality, and identity, and our traditions blow Yumi. Let me be specific. For example, Yumi got some traditions that have been passed down through word of mouth and also by practice, to do with, for example, fishing at a certain season. There are specific skills that our ancestors or Tumuna Blimis are teaching you. And if you disrupt the ocean, you will lose that knowledge also.
You only have to take a closer look at the famous circling ritual to get a glimpse of the intricate bond still practiced to this day. According to Wildlife Conservation Society Report 2021, with the increased threats from human population growth, lack of governance due to weak policy enforcement, which can lead to illegal and overfishing, pollution and resource exploitation, climate change including rising sea level, rising sea temperatures, king tides and extreme weather patterns, the mining impacts from the existing mines and logging activities, the communities are already facing the negative impact this has had on the marine ecosystem over the years.
My name is Stephen Lavrabin. I am totally against the seabed mining initiative initiated by our governor, Walter Snowball. The reason being that I've seen damages done at Oktedi during my term over there. I've been with Oktedi for nearly 29, 30 years. And I see a lot of destruction, just bagarab place and I don't want that to be repeated here in New Ireland, along West Coast on the marine side of it. The spillover effect would never been there. And remember, this is the first trial and error project to be undertaken in PNG. So why all by trial and error long you supposed if there's never been trial and errors anywhere in the world, now by mixing or something. This is a concern to me and the future generations. So I'm speaking on behalf of the future generation or Tumuna or Papa and I want to blame it. This is a no for us. No to seabed mining. Thank you.
With all that pointed out, the hard questions remain. Do we really want our part of the ocean that is so deeply ingrained in the core of our existence to become a mere subject of exploration? One could only imagine the devastation that the seabed mining will cause, considering the fact that it hasn't been trialed anywhere else in the world.